All right. Bam. Charles Chaplin makes $1 million a year out of being a funny, shuffling, wearing a pair of baggy trousers because he does something different. Take the hint and individualize yourself with a distinctive idea. Now, a lot of you guys may be kind of young. You don't know who Charlie Chaplin is. Charlie Chaplin is this guy. He has a little bitty mustache that like fits like just right here. He has a top hat on, baggy jeans, and he walks really, really funny. Way back in the day, he made millions of dollars a year, which back then might be even equivalent to close to $1 billion today, right? Factoring in inflation. What is my point? With Charlie Chaplin having a unique identity, having a little bitty mustache, having a little top hat, and wobbling from side to side, he became a millionaire because apparently at the time, nobody else was doing that. So what's my point? What are you guys doing to distinguish yourself daily from your competitors? To distinguish yourself weekly in the marketplace? To distinguish yourself annually from other people around you, right? What are you doing daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and annually to hit certain goals personally or professionally, but you're doing something unique and different to get people to pay attention to you? And by pay attention, I mean, I'm using business terms here. In other words, let's look at what I do daily. I'm gonna give you guys a great blueprint here. What do I do daily? Well, on a consistent basis, I can't say every day because if I'm traveling or working on another project, but I do a laws of success in 60 seconds or less, right? Now, people think it's crazy the way I hold a book up, bam, right? People think it's crazy. I got the little clock. Everybody knows it's not 60 seconds. I'll talk to y'all sometimes for 5 minutes, but it's a unique idea just to give people some positive insight during the day while everybody else is being so negative. So you got a lot of people who look forward to the page laws of success in 60 seconds or less, right? Real simple. Got my little iPad right here. Go to YouTube, hit the clock, count it down, talk to y'all, just be myself. Don't be all professional. I'm not all stiff. I don't have on a shirt and tie. I'm just being Brian Beane, which is the only person I know I can be. Then I throw this book up, right? It's one of 3 different books. Now it has people reading the laws of success or at least thinking about it. Or if you can't read it, I'm giving you the cliff notes. So that's something I do unique every single day. And it separates me from a lot of seminar leaders and coaches and thought leaders because it's nice and quick. Over the years, I've conditioned myself to think on my feet rapidly. And it's just being me and being real and true to who I am. It actually gets my day going, believe it or not, right? What do I do weekly? Well, I have a blog, pagereplay.com. Now, a lot of people have a blog. So Brian, why is yours any different? Well, I've learned how to create what's called circular virality to make myself unique and different in the marketplace. I can't go into it like right now because it would take forever. But there's a section on there for network marketers, called Back in My MLM Days. There's a section called Inside My Head, which is what I'm thinking about at that time, something that really impacted me. There's a section called This Can't Be Life. There's just a funny section. There's a section called Hip Hop Translations where a rapper will say something and then I'll translate it and make it real for us, for people that don't follow hip hop. So my blog is unique and different and it's updated weekly with new content, right? What am I doing monthly? Well, you guys know I do webinars, Vision 2020, right? When the administration changed over and people were all upset, I said, okay, why are people worried about today when they need to be worried about 2020 anyway? Get through these 4 years if you're upset and worry about the next 4 years. So by then it'll be 2020. So I gave everybody a 2020 vision. So I do those webinars monthly. What do I do quarterly? Well, quarterly I conduct a live event, whether it's I'm a Messenger, whether it's Game Changer, whether it's Pays Live, whether it's my new speaker camp that we're going to roll out this year, my new mastermind program I'm rolling out this year. So my point to you guys is I do the best I can to distinguish myself from the marketplace by being consistent. If you don't do anything else in your life, I don't care if you're a network marketer, I don't care if you're an entrepreneur, I don't care if you're a life coach, a wife or a husband, a parent or whatever, one way to distinguish yourself in the marketplace is be consistent. Y'all might want to hit share on this one, especially you guys that are out there that are in network marketing or home-based business or entrepreneurs. you might want to hit share, because the difference between a top producer and an amateur is really just consistency. We don't get attached to results. We don't have an emotional attachment to outcomes. The way to separate yourself is not always to do something crazy or put on a crazy costume like Charlie Chaplin did. The way to separate yourself is to have a higher work ethic than the average person, which is not hard because most people are doing absolutely nothing. The way to separate yourself is to be true to you, which means be authentic, which is not hard because most people are carbon copies of somebody else, which is not them, which is why they don't perform. The way to separate yourself is to take the time to think before you respond. Most people respond to something first, which creates a lot of drama in their life, and then they think about it later. You know, most people are emotion driven first, and they're not character driven at all. The way to separate yourself is to be character driven first and not emotion driven at all. You see, so basically, guys, it boils down to my firm belief, which is what PAGE stands for: people, activity, and yourself. The YS in PAGE is personal growth and self-development. The way to separate yourself is to be authentic. The way to separate yourself is basically be true to yourself. The way to separate yourself from anybody else is to be consistent. All right. And the way to separate yourself is to let energy flow through you, get ideas. Don't be afraid to step out there and stretch your boundaries. Be creative. And no matter what happens, there's always a demographic out there that's looking for what it is that you have to offer, because you are being true to you. All right. That's my time, guys. That's my PAGE Laws of Success in 25 minutes or less. Hit share on this video for me, man. Be like Charlie Chaplin. Get out there and separate yourself from the masses, and I promise you, you'll get the results you want. As of right now, there's no longer a secret to success. Follow me on my fan page, man. PAGE Access, because I'm telling you guys, in about a week, all of these will be only housed or hosted on my fan page at PAGE Access. Again, as of right now, there's no longer a secret to success. Peace.